seeing what we're seeing now.
NBA is implementing some new rules as far as the interaction that the players are having before and after the games. And now you're seeing team security actually jumping in between players, opposing teams' players at the end of the game. So they're trying to avoid the players hugging each other or dapping each other up and all these kind of stuff. Or the other night, there were two players that were trying to exchange jerseys, and team security jumped right in the middle of that and said, no, we can't have that. We can't have you guys getting that close to each other. So the NBA is cracking down on the interactions that the players are having, and on the traveling teams when they're on the road, they're restricting what these players can and can't do on the road. They're restricting them to their hotels, or you get on the bus, you go to the arena, you do what you do in the game. We get back on the buses. If we got to travel to the next city, we go right straight to the airport. If we play in that same city the very next night, we go right back to the hotel. There's none of that stuff about like it used to be where they go out and, they'll go out to dinner at a restaurant, a local restaurant, or any of that. That stuff is out, Joe. It's a new day with this COVID virus, and they have to crack down on these players, these coaches, and the rest of the personnel for these basketball teams to try to eliminate something like that's happening with the Wizards and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And I totally agree with them doing that and cracking down on it, and then as it should be, and it should have been done from the beginning. I think if you're an athlete, you're competing in this caliber, and you're competing with these different teams and being exposed to all these type of players, then yes, you should crack down, because you're just going to be more exposed. Even, with all this crossover that's happening. So yes, most definitely. And we'll see how this is going to change. And I think it's a great benefit of cracking down as they are now. And I think we'll see a cut in having these type of, exposure and outbreaks. Yes. But I think, they're doing the right thing and taking the right precautions. So we will see how this continues to unfold. As we said, this is fluid. And, we have the vaccines too. So we'll see those rolling out and having the players as well. And that would also make a difference once everyone starts getting vaccinated as well. So help prevent some of that as well. So, Ed.
What a show, huh, Joe?
We talked a lot about a lot.
Yeah, we talked a lot about a lot. Well, to fill 2 hours, you have to talk a lot about a lot.
Right. We talked so much football, and yes, so much that's happening out there. Excited. Sports is my haven, so we all know that. No, but very, very excited with how the Super Bowl is going to unfold and see what's going to happen there. And I have to ask it. I didn't ask you or Aileen. And then we'll have our wonderful guest, which will be revealed for next show as we go ahead and look at a little bit more ahead and dissect. It was very, very fun, very, very exciting show. As always, just enjoy bringing you and talking sports and what's happening, our thoughts and opinions. So, yes, and we had wonderful Aileen Carrasco join us today. Thank you, my favorite gal out there. Always appreciate it having her come on and join us. Any last thoughts, comments you would like to say, Ed, before we say, our fans, tell them good night and see them next week?
I think we said it all. Tom Brady, Super Bowl 55 is going to be amazing. Brady versus Mahomes, old school versus new school, could be the passing of the GOAT torch. Baby GOAT versus the GOAT. That should be outstanding. Let's hope Major League Baseball gets spring training going. Let's hope it'd be great to see an all-star game in Major League Baseball. It'd be great to see 162 in baseball. Let's see an all-star game in basketball. That'd be great. Let's get these COVID COVID cases down in the National Basketball Association, and let's get 70 games plus in for every team, and let's get to the playoffs for them. But the great thing is we have sports going on. It may not be perfect, but we have sports, and it's something for us to take our minds off of as a collective environment, as a collective community.
Yes, there we go. So hopefully we get to see some spring training around the corner. Fingers crossed. If not, your girl over here will be in some tears. So her baseball is at stake. So, or two girls over here would be, in tears. So, but to see, to know more about that and see our emotions and what we're going through, not only in baseball, in football, basketball, whatever happening in sports, and see our stuff in social media. Make sure you go ahead and follow us, and follow me at Johanna-Rosalye, that's JROSALYE, on both Instagram and Twitter, Inside Sports Net on Instagram, and Twitter would be Inside Sports with an extra S at the end. Ed, where can our listeners get a hold of you?
On here, on Inside Sports Talk, on PLR's show, The Sports Cave, every Monday and Thursday, on Twitter at EdCole43, and Instagram at EdwardCole301.
Awesome. Great stuff. So we'll be bringing you more next week. Everyone, thank you for tuning in and joining us once again. Until then, have a good night and have a great week.